All right, it's the Monkey Business radio show. Not radio show, it's the Monkey Business podcast. And we're going to keep this a short one because we got a bunch of stuff to go over today with you. Mr. Joe Flynt from Asphalt Valentine is on the show today. You may know them from Atlanta, Georgia. That's where they're from. And he's going to be talking to us for a little bit. And we got a fanboy to talk to him as well. And then we also have a little bit later on in the show, Mr. Ray West of your favorite band, Ken, Spread Eagle.
Yep.
And also he's does a song. He's got a band also called Weapons of Anew that we played here on the show a couple weeks ago, which is also a great tune. So
yep.
It seems like he's got his bases covered with the the classic stuff and the hard stuff for the new era.
Yep. When it comes to the badasseriness of music.
Badassery. I like it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
That should be like our thing.
Promoting the badassery.
The Monkey Business Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Kings of Badassery.
I wouldn't say kings. I would say promoting the badassery because, let's be honest, we're not the kings of anything.
I'm the king of my fucking house.
You don't like it? Get the fuck out.
It's my house.
It's my house, Eddie. Oh, anyway.
Sidetracked already.
Not even 2.5 minutes into it. Right. Boom. So, all right. Well, there's not much going on in the news. Again, what is this about? What is going on? I mean, I know that what's his name? Rob Halford spoke out about the phone that he kicked out of somebody's hand at a concert. He said it was bugging him because the light was on him, and nobody else had their light on. It's just he was the one.
Yeah, I mean,
that's annoying.
We could get into this deeply, but people are kind of disrespectful with their fucking phones. It's one thing to like hold that shit up and record through an entire show. I think that's kind of pushing it.
Right.
If you have a particular favorite song, maybe, or maybe there's a cool solo that you dig. Yeah, take out your phone, record it so you can watch it later. But turn the goddamn light off.
That's the big problem. You record the entire show.
Turn the fucking light off. There's enough lights on the stage.
And plus, that light does nothing for anything.
No.
I mean, as someone who used to take photos of concerts, like, as one of the photographers that come up to the first row in the first two songs, your flash does nothing.
No.
There's nothing whatsoever.
I mean, to me, that's like people who fucking drive and text. There's no fucking reason for it.
What does that mean?
That means don't drive and text because you're going to kill somebody.
But what if you got a lot of stuff to do?
Or Rob Halford's going to come and kick you in the fucking face.
I'd be all right with that, man. The metal god kicked me in the head.
He might smack you in the face with something else. Though.
Easy. He's got a man.
Yeah. Other news, the Miramar Festival that was supposed to take place later on in the year with all of the Quiet Riot and blah, blah, blah.
Right. And,
other bands.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people.
Yep.
I wanted to go to that.
Yeah, wanted is the key word there. Canceled.
That sucks so bad.
It does suck. But
I say it sucks. However, let's be honest, I wasn't going to go.
No, but
because that's me.
We all know that most of these shows, these festival type things, it's a 50-50 shot.
Anymore,
whether they're going to happen or not.
Yeah, you remember that rock stock that was supposed to happen right after Monsters Rock Cruise?
Right. I mean, if it's the cruise, that's going to happen. If it's M3, that's going to happen. Rocklahomas, those
most likely
those are usually going to happen.
Yes,
but then you get these. Even the 80s in the Park last year, I think, was right on the verge of not being pulled off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that at all.
So you just never know, man. It's crazy. I mean, look at the Dio Last in Line thing was supposed to be here a few nights ago, and the night before canceled.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yet it went on in the other cities.
Yeah.
So I guess it was just here that
could have been ticket sales, or it could have been that the hologram died. Who knows?
That's true, and revived itself the next night.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you remember that thing that was in Iowa? That was supposed to be in Iowa, Rock On Wild.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a big 4-day thing with the.
Well, how big?
Big. Oh. I mean, it was. They had like a good 40-50 bands on this thing, and yeah, it was canceled before it even began, man.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta. I think some people get into the promoting and they just try and overachieve right off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have 40 bands play. That's ridiculous. I mean, if it's a week long.
Well, this was a 4-day event.
Yeah,
this was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, but man, it's hard enough to pull off a 2 or 3 band, show.
Right.
Let alone trying to put 40 bands.
And like 40 bands that are names too,
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's biting off a lot.
Yeah. But some people thought it was fake to begin with. But
But in better news, according to an interview with everyone that's put it out now, that Slash is saying that there will be a new GNR record coming out.
Yep.
Don't know when, but supposedly it's happening.
Check this out. This was a I forgot where it was from, but somebody interviewed Slash, and unless I played this last time?
No,
I don't think I played
we didn't
it.
Talk about it.
All right, I knew we were going to, but
Play
we.
it.
All right.
See what you got.
Yeah, the thing is we haven't really done anything yet, and I don't like to say anything like, oh yeah, you know how people used to promote shit in life as their keys. I just wanted to be honest about it, and so there was really no telling what we were going to do at that point. But at this point, I do know that we're going to do this run, and we've already started working on stuff. So there you go.
It's very horrible audio, but you heard it. You heard it there. I think it was Talking Rock with somebody.
I was going to say, I don't know if that was the recording or if Slash has got a stuttering problem.
No, it was the recording because it was bad to begin with. But it was on somebody else's show. I don't even know what it was. I wrote it down last week, but then
that was a bootleg interview.
It was a bootleg interview, yeah. But we didn't do a show last week, so I still had it left over. I forgot who it was from, but. There it is. They are doing stuff, and that's a cool thing. I'm pretty excited to see what the new stuff would be sounding like, though. I don't think it's going to have the pizzazz.
Would it be sounding like?
Would it be yo?
I wonder what it be sounding like.
I don't think it's going to have the pizzazz as the last Guns N' Roses, the original classic lineup has.
Dude, did you date Betty White?
What the fuck does that mean?
Fucking pizzazz.
What's wrong with pizzazz?
Nothing if you're fucking Kaneki. And this is Grease.
Fucking Hickey from Kaneki.
Shit, better than Hallmark. Anyway, we can't keep on. We got
we've got a lot of stuff going on here.
Like you mentioned earlier, we've got Joe from Asphalt Valentine,
which I always want to call Asphalt Ballet.
I
can't even say it this time.
Say it again.
Asphalt Ballet.
Yeah.
Remember them?
Yeah.
My soul survives.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Hey, you know what? We should play that somewhere.
We should.
Yeah. Last week last episode.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago.
Actually launched the Hard as a Rock radio, and you guys are pretty kick ass. I got to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, we launched that and the Facebook page same time, which was
at this point 2 weeks
ago. Yeah. We've got.
It's already eclipsed this page.
Yeah. Over 550 likes on there. We've had quite a large number of people tune in and listen and comment and share posts. And
we're getting to the top of our listenable hours already, which is kind of crazy. Man. But I didn't think it was gonna hit this hard.
Hey, why don't you give them the address without stuttering?
Hey, that would be hardasarockradio.rocks, not .com. But .rocks. That's a thing now, so
.rocks.
Go ahead and use that.
But you can only use .rocks if you really rock.
If you don't rock, then what do you do?
Roll.
Okay. Use .rocks anyway. hardasarockradio.rocks. That's going to get you the radio, and you're going to put it on, and you're never going to listen to regular radio or Hair Nation or anything like that again, because what this radio station is Hair Nation.
It's what Hair Nation should have been.
On crack or something like that. Yes.
Hair Nation on heroin.
Hair Nation on heroin. There you go. That was it. All right, so let's get into the interview with
Joe.
With Joe. Yes, Mr. Joe Flynt.
Let's talk to Joe.
Okay, we're gonna welcome to the phone now the lead singer of a band called Asphalt Valentine. It says here on your Facebook page, 5 goals with 1 goal. Sweaty, dirty, ballsy rock and roll, and I bet your ass this is the nicest, most polite guy I'm ever going to talk to.
Could be.
Joe Flynt, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Awesome. So are you a nice guy? Or are you one of those loud, like, yeah, well, I don't give a shit, you know? Since you're from the Atlanta area, you're a Southern boy just like us, and I'm just assuming that you wouldn't be the loud Tommy Lee, mouthy rock star type of guy, right?
That just depends on how much I've had to drink that night. So I'm pretty reserved for the most part. It's quite different when you're playing a show and you're amongst friends and other rowdy people. You tend to kind of get in that mode. So it's all in good fun though, So it's not, we're definitely not, just super wild, I'm 40 now, so back in the day, Asphalt's been together for about 17 years now. So started when I was in my early to mid 20s. So I can tell you back then it was a whole different scenario.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, we probably a bit wild back then. So.
Yeah. 17, 18 years ago, we were all a little bit different. I mean, I was probably like 150 pounds smaller, and hey, easy. Talk about a smart ass.
Yep. The alcohol didn't affect you as bad, and getting 2 and 3 hours of sleep wasn't a big deal. So,
Oh yeah,
recovery
time now
wasn't a bad thing back then.
No, recovery time now is definitely a lot longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, things were much better back in the day, much easier to deal with. However, there is one thing that I'm sure that you had to deal with back in the day, and it probably wasn't easy to deal with because it's not easy to deal with now, at least for myself and Ken here.
No.
I'd like to introduce you to a blast from your past, Mr. Greg Willard.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Greg. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Long time no see.
I know, it has been a long time. What has it been, about 11 years or so?
Well, Strip Rock Roll came out in what? We had the release party on Valentine's Day. What was that, 07?
2009.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
10 years.
Yeah, so it was right before I moved to Florida. So, yeah, I remember that. It was at the Ice House with Nigel Dupree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a great show. I mean, especially the venue was fantastic. It used to be an old punk rock club called the Echo Lounge before that opened up, and it unfortunately had closed down, even though some great punk rock acts used to come through there all the time. But a buddy of mine had bought it, so we spent months refinishing that place. We had a green room, showers, beds, everything, so it was supposed to be a big deal at the Ice House, but unfortunately they just couldn't get their liquor licenses and all that stuff. So it didn't wind up making the cut in the long run. But, that one night was one of the first nights they had live rock music, and I think it went off really good.
Oh, yeah, it was an awesome show. Awesome show. Well, since I'm kind of the resident Asphalt Valentine expert, let's go back to the beginning. I know you guys started, if I remember correctly, as Backseat Superstars. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it was. If you want to call it the same band, we can. It was a few different members. The old guitar player, Mark, and it also started with our bass player, Scott, who's still with us. Skazi, our drummer, had joined the band when we were Backseat, but we were kind of going a different direction once Skaz joined, and then we hired a second guitar player, Corey, and our sound really just started developing, and we weren't really that I don't think we were ever really all that tongue-in-cheek, but it was definitely a different vibe where we were going with it. So even though it was still sleazy and fast and kind of punk and bluesy, we just decided one day that really Backseat was no longer viable as that type of band, and we needed a identity change, if you will. So we had just we were writing a song. Skazi was writing the lyrics to it, and in one of the lyrics, he wrote, "I'm your Asphalt Valentine," and I just kept reading that line over and over again. And to me, it kind of encompassed what we were, which is the asphalt, which is kind of the hard rock. And Valentine can be smooth and sleazy and just kind of more heartfelt and bluesy. So I made the suggestion, and we kind of went with it. And once we did that, Mark had left the band, and then we had hired Brett, who has been our guitar player since that change. He had about 2 weeks to learn about 15 songs. So we really threw him into it, and it's been great having him, and just our styles really really mesh together, because he's really this kind of, bluesy, kind of Rolling Stones, Aerosmith kind of guy, and it really meshes well with my songwriting. So just from there, we've progressed.
Yeah, because you, Scott, and Brett have been the core pretty much since when?
Yeah, exactly. So Scotty was the longest running drummer, and he was a very integral part of the band because he was kind of co-songwriter with me. He'd help write some riffs and some lyrics and stuff. Really our biggest changes throughout the years were the guitar players. So we thought we had our solid lineup with Scott, Skaz, Brett, and Corey, who's a great friend of mine. He was kind of a younger guy and just kind of had that look and that different style of playing that made us a little bit more modern. And then he decided that he was moving to Florida, so that wasn't viable anymore. And then we had hired this other guy, Chris, that I had known for many years, actually. And he's the one that had actually done the recording for Strip Rock Roll. And we toured around together with him, and then he wound up leaving the band. And then we hired this 18-year-old kid called Dallas, and he was something else. I mean, not only did he look cool, but he could shred the guitar. But being so young and a kid at that time of the, where we were at with Asphalt, we weren't doing as much touring as we had been before, so I don't think things were progressing as much as he'd like, so he wasn't in the band, but, maybe about 6 months or so. And then we hired Evan, who's now currently our guitar player, but he was in the band for a couple of years. He did some touring with us. Unfortunately, because we were doing the touring, we didn't get a chance to write any songs or record with him. But he had left because he was having some health issues, and he had to take time off for that. And that's when our other guitar player, Tommy, filled in, and he was in the band for about 3-4 years. And we recorded Into the Red with him and a couple other things. And but now we've got Evan back in the band, and it's kind of it's with this day and age, he lives all the way out in San Francisco, and we live here. And so, this would not have worked, 15 years ago for us. But now with technology, this really works for us. So it's, getting back with Evan, he really fits the band great.
Now, Strip Rock Roll, I mean, obviously is, your guys' first release, and you guys had comments like, Jizzy Pearl was talking about you, and Tracy Gunn said you were the next big thing. Where are you guys going now? I mean, you did that. You did Into the Red. You did the single EP, Only the Lonely. What's next for you guys?
Well, we are working on a full length. We did Into the Red on our own. We fully funded it. We tried to back it ourselves, and it really didn't take off like I thought it was gonna. We did the video for the single Living Dreams. We thought that, it was a really good video, but it just didn't get the hits and everything. So, for a while there, we were just kind of being complacent, and with Skaz leaving, and then we had another drummer come in, and then he didn't work out. Now we have Brian, who's just fantastic, and he just a great addition to the band because he just, with our attitudes and the way we talk with each other, it's great. But, we were kind of getting to the point where it's like, we've been doing this for 15 years. What are we doing? And the thought was, well, we'll just write a song, record it, put it out, and do some promo behind it. And that way we always have some content that we're just putting out. Well, that was going to be the plan. But back last year, I had filled in for my buddies Kick and Valentina. I did a run with them because their singer had abruptly quit the band and they needed some shows filled. So just being back in the van with other bandmates, going from state to state, it really brought back all those old memories of being, traveling around and touring with Asphalt. So when I got back, I contacted our old label, Bill Chavis, and we just started talking for a few months, just kind of feeling each other out. I was sending him some stuff that we were doing, and we decided that, the next best thing for us to do was just do another full length. So that's what we've been doing right now. We've been in the studio for, a few months, and we have just been hammering out some songs. And so sometime this late summer, maybe a little bit later, we'll have a full length release.
Yeah, so I mean that's how we've circled back with you. Is we went and saw a show last September and saw Bullet Boys, Enough's Enough, and this band came up on stage. We thought they were Enough's Enough's roadies, and it was a band called Pump 5. We found out after the fact, and then they got signed by Bill's High Vol Music Records and Bill. And as soon as they did, I went to their website and I saw you guys were still attached with them. I was like, oh my God, full circle.
Yes, yeah, it really is. We always had a really good relationship with Bill. I think what kind of did us in after Strip Rock Roll, which we did with Bill. We did this big, it was called the Summer of Sin Tour back in 2010, and that was to promote the record, and we were playing with this Swedish band, Mama Ken, and another one of Bill's label bands, Modern Superstar. And, it was just kind of we lost a lot of money. So it left a bad taste in our mouth because the tour for a band is extremely expensive, when you're not getting the guarantees or if you have a guarantee and then they decide not to pay you and you got to pay for the gas, food, and all that stuff. So, it was just kind of, to us, it was, it was kind of an eye opener that we were like, all right, so we put all this into the record. We've done the tour. We're not seeing the results. We're not sure exactly what to do. We need to regroup. And our time had kind of run with Bill. And, I said, well, let's just try this on our own. And that didn't work. But honestly, the years apart, I think we as a band grew and Bill as a label grew. So, I think it really, in the full circle of things, it really makes sense, for us to come back together at this time.
Yeah, I would love to see you guys get back on tour. You guys so deserve to break out. I met Jimmy from Kickin' Valentina on the Monsters of Rock cruise last year. And I talked to him a little bit about you, and he shared his friendship and the relationship. And, the Atlanta scene is so good for rock music, and it's so unrelated. It'd just be great to see. I'm enjoying the success they're seeing, but you guys deserve that same success.
Yeah, and with Kickin', they work their asses off. I mean, they deserve every bit of credit that they get because they are always out there pounding it. And unfortunately, that's just not something AV has ever, really done. We've not been big on the social media. We need to get back there. We're just not out there as much, so we don't deserve it like they do at this time. But that's going to change. So once we have the record, that is the plan, to get back out there. Hit the road. It's going to be a little bit more difficult with Evan being in San Francisco, so we're going to have to plan it out better. But I think with the learning experiences that we had in the past, that we can make this work.
Well, the most important question, first of all, I want everybody to know that, it is true, correct? You correct me if I'm wrong, that you won, you were voted Playgirl's Rock Star of the Year in 2006.
Of course.
Yeah, you're my favorite rock star, dude. He's got a smile that just...
Shut up. Wait, this is a real thing? You're not just saying this here?
Do you have this episode or this issue?
He was always the last one to the stage and the last one out of the green room.
right.
We don't know what he was doing back
No,
there.
I
but-
don't know. That is not true. I don't know where you heard that from. That's pretty funny, though.
Heard, saw. No, just kidding. No, I'm really excited to hear new music. When do you think the album is going to be completed? Do you have a title yet?
Yeah, we do have a title. I'm not sure if we're going to release that here yet, just because I haven't talked to Bill yet. We're still working on the artwork. It's still kind of just the idea. We recorded this song actually last year, and we were going to release it as a single, but that was right before I talked to Bill. So we already have a couple songs that were already finished. One was the Only that you had mentioned earlier. That one we feel is a strong song and deserves to be on a full-length record. So we do plan on putting that one. And then we had to write a few more songs just because really the thought was we were just going to do an EP, but Bill kind of talked us better into doing a full length just because nobody's doing them anymore, and I think it will open us up to other markets and just not in the U.S., but, hopefully overseas because they still really prefer a full length album over there. And I know that there's a lot of people in the U.S. that still do too. They want to, they want the 10 to 12 songs. They want to open the package, and that's what we want to deliver.
Yeah, it seems like Bill is still old school when it comes to that. Like he's still pressing vinyl for guys. That's good that he's keeping it old school like that.
And he's very good about talking people into going, come on, let's do a full thing. Come on. He did the same thing with Rick Rule, if I remember right.
It was a bit more work for us because we already had the EP ready to go. So we had to. I actually didn't have enough songs, so I had to go back in, and I have a little studio here at home, and I just kind of, I'll go through a run where I can write 3 or 4, and luckily enough, that really just kind of came easy. I was just inspired, by being out on the road with Kickin' Valentina, the work that we were doing in the studio, and so it all came together, and right now we're pretty much almost to the finish line with what we're doing in the studio. We just kind of putting some finishing touches on it right now, and then after we're done with that, we send it over to our mixer, who is Andy Riley. He works at Muse Production, and he has worked on some big names. So he's worked with Bruce Dickinson, he's worked with Bon Jovi. So he does all our stuff, and he puts out quality work. He does all Kickin' Valentina stuff. So, we're really excited. We've already heard some stuff, and we think it's, people are going to be impressed.
Andy Riley, he did Strip Rock Roll as well, correct?
Yeah, he did. That one, it was a little bit tougher for him because we did the recordings in so many different locations that I don't think that was an easy mix for him. And so, there's kind of a consistency issue, and not his fault, but he did that one. He also did Into the Red, and he's done our singles. We did the single, the Pink single, Just Like a Pill. He did that one. We actually did that one
Great song.
Live in his studio, because typically we have our own studio. We got full production gear and everything. So that's where we record, and then we send everything to him. It's just easier for us because we get to spend a lot of time with the song, and it's a lot of production for us because we can, not like going into a studio. It's kind of is what it is, for bands of our stature that don't really have, the thousands of dollars to go in and, that was good, but let's do it like this or something like that. So, we have the ability to do that. That's why it takes us a little bit longer because we'll do a whole song and then we'll go back and say, I don't like that part. We need to redo this here. I don't like the way I'm singing that. I need to redo this. And so I think at the end of the day, as long as we don't overthink them, we still come out with the best song that we could possibly come out with.
Well, when you start recording stuff and you think, okay, this is it, this is a good mix, you send it over here, we'll let you know yes or no, and then what we say goes, and then just send it on, and then you'll be fine. You won't have to think about it twice. You won't have to overthink it at that point. You won't have to waste any more money. Just boom.
Well, I'm going to fanzine out here right now because I'm going to tell you The Only is one of the greatest songs and shows the maturity of where you guys started and where you've come from. The guy sitting to the left of me, Kenny, he's a diehard Extreme fan. I think he has Nuno Betancourt underwear on and Nuno Betancourt bed sheets. And, we talk about Extreme's first 3 records. And, you talk about Extreme, Porno Graffiti, and then you get to 3 Sides, and you just see the maturity of the band. When I watch the video and hear that song, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps right now even talking about the song. I'm convinced that you could put this on the next record 12 times, and it'd sell 1 million copies. That is one of the best, well-written musically.
That is awesome.
Amazing songs I've ever heard.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. That one, honestly, the way that the production came out with that one, that was all Andy Riley doing. We had the ideas, for the songs, and we recorded it, and did, like you said, give the best mix you could, and then he comes up with these, all the processing and everything with it, which I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't like it at first because I didn't think it was raw enough. Asphalt Valentine had always been a raw band, So when I heard that, I was like, what is all this stuff? All that delay, all that chorus, what is this? And
yeah, it's not Fuck City, okay?
I stopped myself and I listened to it a few times. I was like, this is brilliant. I was like, I would have never imagined this, and the whole concept of the song is really cool because the guy, I don't know if you watched the video, but the guy in the video, Joey, the one doing the mountain climbing, he's been one of my good friends since high school, freshman. And, we grew up together and, he had his issues. I had my issues, and he found his solace in climbing. So he started out with climbing the whole Appalachian, and then he wrote a book about it, and then the Rockies. And then, so all that video was filmed in the Andes Mountains. He now holds the Guinness World Record for doing it fastest on foot by himself. And so when he was out there, he had a hostel, and he had contacted me, and he said, hey, I got this poetry in my head, and he was like, I just, I'm thinking you could write this song. So he gave me the first few lines, and then I ran with it. He didn't give me really, I didn't even know what style he wanted, and I was just basically writing it for him. And then as I'm going through it, I'm like, this song is really cool. It's got some great melodies to it, some great riffs to it. And, started playing it with AV, and it really just took off. And he was just floored by the song that we wrote for him. And, to this day, he said that song got him through, I think he was halfway through the hike and got him through the rest of the hike.
You guys
so when you watch the video, it's all about his journey, and the ending of it is him winning on top of the highest peak. So it was a really cool story.
Yeah, definitely. And one other thing, I kind of invested in you guys back in the day, so I'm hoping when this new album comes out, maybe we can release the first single here on our radio show, and release it on Hard as a Rock Radio.
Oh, I'm totally cool with that. Just as long as Bill is fine, he's kind of once we're done with the recording and everything goes to him, and he's the guy.
Well, even if it's not us first, you just lie to us and make us feel like we're first, and life will be good.
You guys will absolutely be the first.
Oh, awesome! It makes you feel good, doesn't it, Greg?
It makes me feel like $1 million. And hey, do you still have the blue van?
No, we have upgraded. Okay, so we had the pink van. That was the pink pony, which was the Death Trap. That was the first one. Then we had the blue van, and that one almost killed us too. Tire sheared off that, and we were sliding down the highway about 200-300 yards. And finally, we got this last van. I can't remember when we got it, but no AC. The windows sometimes work, sometimes don't, but it's a cool conversion van with the captain's chairs and the recliner bench seat in the back. And once we get in that thing, it's all just laughs and jokes. So we can't wait to get back in that thing.
Good times, good times. Well, it's been great catching up with you. I want you to know that we are loading up all the Asphalt Valentine songs on Heart of Rock Radio, and they'll be in regular rotation going forward.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for the support, and we really appreciate it.
Joe, where can they keep up on you guys? AsphaltValentine.com, and you got a Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, we have Facebook. I think it's just Facebook/Asphalt Valentine. We have a Twitter. We haven't really been active on that, but again, like I said earlier, we haven't been too active on social media, but that will change. We have, with all the new content coming out, we should have more band photos and, just a lot more updates because, as this thing grows, fans are going to want to know what's going on. So we will definitely keep everybody, aware of what's going on.
Awesome. And they could definitely hear anything from your, at least the EP and the strip rock on Hard as a Rock Radio as well. We got that up there now, I believe, actually. But so yeah, I know that Greg kind of took over, but that's fine because he's a fanboy of you guys. Let's be honest. And but I would like to take the time to actually thank you as well for taking time out of your day to give us a couple minutes of your time.
Absolutely, it's been my pleasure.
All right, excellent. Joe Flynt, Asphalt Valentine. We will talk to you soon.
Amen.
Take care, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
A moment lasts forever when you're high, grown and lost.
And that was The Only by Asphalt Valentine. And that is the song I've had on my computer for about a year. And I had no idea who did it because it was just, I don't even know how I have it. But it was on there. I'm like, man, this is a great tune. Had no idea. And then all of a sudden we were talking and I'm like, The Only, wait a minute. And sure enough, man, that was it. I love that tune. That's a great video. Go on YouTube and watch that as well.
It's a good tune.
It's awesome.
I like it. Cool video. Good stuff.
Yeah. The story behind that video is pretty awesome though.
So I'll be curious to hear their new stuff when it comes out. It'd be good.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't know much about him, but Greg turned us on to him, and I thank him for that.
Yep.
But anyway, also on the show today, we're going to have Mr. Ray West from Spread Eagle.
Yes.
And that's one of your favorites of all time.
Yeah, Spread Eagle's probably one of my top 5 favorite bands of all time.
Did I know that from you about you? Yeah, maybe I did. I guess because you. Yeah, I did. I
like
that.
if I were to have to pick a handful of bands that I felt were way, way, way underrated, like from our genre,
right.
Spread Eagle would be number 1. Kick Tracy would be number 2, and I Mother Earth would be up there, even though they're kind of on the outskirts of the genre.
That's all right.
But they would be on there. Probably Jellyfish, but they're not in the genre.
They're not in this, but they're in this.
I still would put them as
they're on the very poppy side of this.
They're still an extremely underrated band.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, man, Spread Eagle, their first 2 records, I mean, I could listen to them 24/7 and
apparently
not get tired of
their third record is going to eclipse the 2 of them from what I've heard so far.
I think so.
But all right, let's get with Ray right now and see what's going on. So we're going to welcome to the show now singer of many bands, Weapons of Anew and Spread Eagle, and most recently Roadie Dad. I'd like to welcome Mr. Ray West to the show. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the time.
No, absolutely.
And yes,
man.
I am a roadie dad. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that your kid's playing in the music business. I saw the Instagram post, I think it was, or Facebook or something like that. One of those socials.
Yeah, they get a lot of gigs, man. They work hard. They work
That's
hard.
awesome.
And it's funny. You search for an identity for years and years and years, and you wind up with a roadie dad.
Yeah, right.
But like it all just goes to pot. Just roadie dad.
It could be worse, man. It could be just Ray. You know, I mean, you got the kid, and I'm sure you're super proud of the kid and all that. So.
Yeah,
All right. Let's
get
away from the mushy stuff.
Getting sentimental here, right out of the gate.
Wipe away the tear. Anyway, so
it's also beautiful.
So the new track, Speed of Sound. Holy cow! You guys came back with a vengeance on that one. That is an awesome tune.
Oh well, thank you, man. When you go to the table with this stuff, you never know really what it's going to come out as far as sounding like, But I knew that I think we've evolved. We put some miles in. So we've all had different experiences recording and writing music and whatnot. So I think the sound that we got on that tune and the whole record is very cohesive. You can tell from beginning to end, it's us. But I'm real proud of the work we did.
I'll tell you what, when it first got released, I probably watched that video, 15 times back to back.
Really?
Yeah.
The video's great, by the way. Yeah.
Ray, I tell you what, I remember seeing you guys in the early 90s.
Here's a word for you.
Livestock. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I got the other word, tequila.
Ah.
Yeah.
12 in the afternoon, flying in and being handed a bottle of tequila to go do that show. It's really funny.
But yeah, every time
that was quite a day, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
You guys were there twice too, if I remember right.
That was our first. Yeah, that was our first. As far as volume of people, that was our first show. It was wow. It went on for quite a while.
Yeah.
We were there's a lot of people here, man.
Yeah, it really did.
And and at the time we actually, if I may chat some more.
Oh, absolutely.
I tend to ramble a lot. I'm sorry about that.
Please do.
We had the song Through These Eyes on the first record, and it did really well in Tampa. So I literally didn't have to sing any words to that song. That was a really cool experience for me.
How chilling
that
was
day
that?
is very ingrained in my head.
How chilling? I mean, you had to have gotten chills when just knowing, like, from the writing process to getting it on the record to then release, then go to a show and then have these thousands and thousands of people singing it back to you. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Oh, that's like, it's otherworldly when that happens. I know this, it must be, for me, I'm always looking to really to me, it's all about communication. If you can connect with an audience, in a live setting, that's the best thing in the world. But when you communicate back and forth, there's really there's no word to describe it. It's a very religious kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
it's just you smile for hours, you laugh about it for days, and you talk about it forever. You know what I mean?
I was one of the ones singing back with you, so
Absolutely.
So were you, I'm sure.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
You were probably more in pitch than I was that day.
Doubtful.
Remember that tequila conversation?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it wasn't just for you guys. We had it all out there too. So, but
you guys are great, man.
Yeah, that was a great show, and I remember that like it was yesterday.
Oh, I remember all of the shows.
And then there was one thing that you guys did. You went to ML Chasers and played there in Clearwater.
Yep.
Yeah, that was that was a great gig, man.
Yeah. Yes.
That was probably. God, I think I still have the ticket stub somewhere. I think that was 90 or 91.
Yeah.
It was way back.
That gig had like beer bottles all over the floor. The place was just like, soaked in beer. It was intense.
It probably.
We actually did 3 shows in 24 hours.
You guys, after that show, you guys went to a some kind of warehouse party, if I remember right.
I'm going to tell you that I did, but I'm also going to say that I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I don't even remember that.
Let's put it like this: I may or may not remember seeing Tommy there. That's about it. That's about all I could tell you.
I'm sure everybody saw Tommy there.
Yeah, right.
most of the history, I have to have people fill in the blanks for me, because I'm like, okay, yeah, I was there. Oh my God, I did that. Can you show me a picture?
Yeah.
No, put that picture away. I don't want to see that picture anymore.
Yeah, right. Some of those things you might not want to remember. Just let the history be itself.
Well, people love, especially in the time we live in now, people love to show you the pictures of like when you actually like literally goofiest or silliest or whatever it was. It's like, hey, remember when you did this? Well, I have a photo of it. Here you go. God bless social media.
And just think, that was back when you didn't have cell phones and such.
Right? Yeah, it was like
Instamatic man, all the pictures,
Polaroid.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I remember taking pictures of you guys on the stage, and with my Pentax K1000, had to get everything exactly right with the light and the alignment of the stars and the sun and all that weird stuff. Just
to get a light meter out.
Exactly, just to get a good picture, and then it takes a week and a half to get it developed, and then 3 years later, you guys come back. I'm like, hey man, look at this picture I took of you. You're like, yeah man, it's cool. And then
you guys and your photo passes.
Yeah.
Oh no, not me, man.
In the house.
Nope.
No, we snuck. Yeah. We snuck everywhere to get what we got.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Oh,
That's awesome.
There's no love for us. Come on, let's be honest here.
Just like,
I used to have a thing for people that you see the same people. They'd be like so snooty about getting their cameras up front, and after a while, you just sort of come to the front of the stage and just sort of reach out and kick a little bit and see who moves. It's pretty funny stuff.
Pull in a little Rob Halford move on there, right? You see that recent thing?
Oh my God, I saw that. That's awesome.
That is awesome, but at the same time, you got to feel for that guy. You're like, the fuck, man? Where's my camera? My phone.
Yeah,
it's my lifeline.
I bet it was like an expensive iPhone XXYZ or something. You know what I mean?
It's now 18 rows back.
I just saw Priest down here. That was not that we're switching gears, but man, that was one of the best Judas Priest shows I've ever seen. Something about it. I don't know what it was. Whether they're just like fine wine gets better, and it might have been the venue. I saw them at the Hard Rock Live down here, and it was just amazing.
That's a great venue too.
I was blown away. It sounded amazing.
That was actually going to be one of my questions was how do you like living in Florida now?
Well, things have slowed down a bit, that's for sure. I miss good food. I miss easy access to things, and I even kind of miss my zen-like subway ride from Brooklyn into Manhattan every day.
Yeah.
So it's it's a whole different mindset down here. Down here, it's like you're on vacation every day until the electric bill comes and the water bill comes.
It's like a different world down there, though. I mean, it really is.
Oh, yeah, man.
Living elsewhere than going there, and like you're in a waiting room and everybody's speaking Spanish, and you're looking around like, I don't understand anything these guys are saying.
This is the on deck circle to heaven down here, boys. It's everything slow. It's even like today. I'm actually in the backyard walking around. there's palm trees and all that kind of stuff, and it even blows my mind that I'm here. I swore I would never come back to this place, but here I am.
Well,
it's slow. It's very slow.
Welcome to Florida, pal.
Oh my God, it's slow. Anyway, let's move on.
so the Sound of Speed, great video.
Oh yeah, man.
I loved it.
We got really lucky with that, by the way, because did I just cut you off? Because I'm doing that a lot, I feel like.
No, it's all good.
I cut him off all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, we're used to it.
All right, cool. You guys are used to it then. That video was probably the most fun thing, as far as the most fun video I've ever gotten a chance to make. I mean, when do you get to not enjoy riding go-karts for hours? Almost to the point where it's like, oh my God, we gotta get off these go-karts. We've been on these things forever.
You get off and you're still
we got
vibrating.
really lucky with that.
Yeah, it was cool. I loved the ending. I thought that was a great little twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, a lot of we had a lot of good people around us. Our friend Phil Alaco, God bless him, man. We were actually going to shoot the video with another friend of ours, and what happened was the camera crew that he hired out, the guy that had all the production gear, died in a freak accident days before our shoot or something like that.
Wow,
he was in Nashville. Yeah, I called my friend Frankie, and Frankie says, "Listen, man," he was all really depressed. He goes, "Yo, whatever his name was, I forgot his name already. Anyway, died last night." I thought he was joking around. I'm like, "Come on, man, stop it," And the guy died in some freak accident. He was loading his camera gear out of a van, and I guess the van ran over him, and he died.
Oh shit!
So we had no one. We were like, we were screwed. I felt terrible, but I was like, at the end of the day, I'm like, what are we going to do? So luckily, Rob asked a friend of ours, Phil Alaco, has become like this great, movie director now, and he's kicking all kinds of ass. And he did us a solid. He's like, I'll do this for you guys. So he did us a really great favor. And so he brought in the crew. We went to the Poconos to shoot it around like 7 in the morning or something like that. We shot from 4 to, I don't know what time they finished. I left a little early, but the guys still shot till like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. So it was felt like you were on a film set. It was awesome.
Yeah, no,
And it shows.
Yeah, it's a great video, but
I think it's definitely cool, man.
Yeah, you got to have a great song to have a great video, and after I watched it like 15 times back to back, and the whole time I'm like analyzing it, and I'm like, oh man, but honestly, it sounds exactly what you would think a Spread Eagle song would sound like.
That's music to my ears, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking music to my ears. Sorry, I cursed, sorry.
The riffs in it.
That's fine.
Your vocal is awesome. It's classic Spread Eagle, but current.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys saying that, because I've often thought about. I definitely was like thinking, well, how are people going to interpret this record? Because the first record had its crazy sort of sound. I sounded to me like I inhaled a lot of helium and put my delicates in a meat grinder. You know what I mean? And I just don't sing like that anymore. But I mean, I think I'm able to capture the same tone. I mean, when we were in the studio, Rob and Tom said to me, the one thing we can say about your voice is you sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know what that means, but I'm like, I used to scream a lot at the top of my lungs, and now I've sort of dialed that back a little bit, where I feel like I'm developing more of a tone that I like.
Yeah.
Like I'm able to, I finally just sat back. You throw it something, you go for something as far as you can, as extreme as you can, then you have to dial it back. And I think that thank you. I'm grateful you guys said that.
Well, there is one part in there where you do get one of your signature screams in.
Oh yeah, there's still some, you still have the toolbox.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I'm not using that end of the toolbox.
Yeah, that's okay though. So, but
the bells and whistles are in my pocket.
I cannot wait to hear the other 10 tracks off of this thing.
Oh man, the songwriting on this record, I love a lot. Rob came to the table with a lot of great ideas. So his sense of structure and phrasing and even melody, I was able to play off him a lot on this record. We played a lot together off each other on the first album, and not so much the second record, I think, but this one we really got to work together intensely on this stuff, and I'm really proud of the work. I think you guys are really going to dig. I think the melodic stuff is what it is, and our sense of heaviness sounds really cool, but it all sounds like one cohesive unit.
Yeah. What?
And I don't know if you know the song, all the song titles, but
yep, I got them right in front of me.
I love this record.
So
yeah, so you already know Sound of Speed, which is
yep.
which is a fun, cool sort of I don't know if it's a mid-tempo song. It's got some balls to it. It moves.
Mm-hmm.
I like the melody line and the phrasing to that a lot, and I love Z's guitar work.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
He's. I think that this record, if it does what it's supposed to do, and it gets out there, I think people will really see like this guy's a great player.
Yeah,
he's got great attention to detail. He hears something, and he's the guy that really listens to things in different colors, if that makes sense. He's
absolutely.
really gifted like that.
Yeah,
and he's cool. His attitude is great. He's all about let's go rock, man. He's like he has that in him. It's awesome.
He plays all kinds of stuff though, because I follow him on the Instagram, and he's always putting videos that, man, he does shred.
Oh yeah, he does like some sort of orchestral thing.
Yeah,
and they go out and they do gigs and tours. So he's always about lots of production and his sound, and he's very gifted with putting his sound together. And he was very good at dialing in on the record too. Yeah. So I'm really proud of the songs, and everybody's playing is amazing on this record.
What are a couple of your standout tracks that you dig on this thing?
Oh wow, man! I really love a song called "More Wolf Than Lamb."
Okay, I was looking at that title. That sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it's got some cool like real talk box stuff going on. It's kind of a spooky bluesy number.
Is that about a chick?
It's really ass kicking. Yeah, and the other one's going to be "Dead Air." I like that a lot.
Yeah, we have that a lot, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying not to make that happen.
Well, no, it's usually from our side, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'll try not to give it away till you hear it, but just the way the songs arranged is really special.
Well,
I like them all for different reasons. They're all our babies,
Yeah.
My favorite song on the record is called "Solitaire."
Solitaire.
Oh, that's the last one.
I think it's the last track. It's actually an acoustic song, not just acoustic, but it has some musical arrangement too. But that song actually was going to be on our second record. I wrote that song with Paul.
Oh, no kidding.
And for some reason it didn't go on the second record. Maybe I think we had 2 mellow tracks on that record. So that song has sat for so long. And a friend of mine, Eugene, said to me, dude, you got to record this song. I'm like, whatever. And it's an old hat. But then I sent it to Rob, and he's like, this is a really good song. Sent it to Zeev, he liked it. Sent it to Ricky, he liked it. So they were like, let's rework it. So Zeev reworked it, acoustically, and the vocal. I just love this song. I don't say that about too many songs, but I love the vibe of this song. It's as honest as it can be vocally and musically.
Nice.
Right. I can't wait to hear it.
Is there a lot of stuff left over from the first 2 albums that you guys didn't use?
Not for this stuff, no. We didn't have a lot of stuff left over. We usually wrote some songs in the studio back in the day. We always left room to do that, whether it was by accident or whatever. But we wound up always writing in the studio. I remember songs like "Shine" were written in the studio. I think "Devil's Row" was put together in the studio too. I'm not really sure.
By the way,
but very, very picky about the material. What are you going to say?
I was going to say "Open to the Public" is probably one of the most underrated records ever.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love that record.
Yeah, we play a lot of songs off it still. I get a lot of great compliments. I have friends that really dig the record. They understand it. We were still trying to find our identity on that record, but we had some good moments. And the business did what it did at that turn of time. So, it went where it did. But I think it's a great record, and I'm happy to hear you say that as well.
Oh. Yeah, I got to tell you, when it first came out, I bought it because that's what you do when good bands come out and they have new stuff out.
Wow.
And I listened to it, and it was the change of the music, so it kind of got like lumped in with a bunch of other stuff that like, ooh, what is this? Ooh, what is this? Like a kid in a candy store,
Yeah.
And I kind of pushed it aside, and now that we have this Hard as a Rock radio thing going on that we're doing, this music station that we're doing, that album is on there, and I'm like, holy cow, how did I not catch on to this the first time? And it kicks me in the ass that I'm like, come on, you could have been listening to this whole time.
I'm on the other end of that because I've been listening to it since it came out.
Right. Well, yeah, there's some things that you do that to, and I don't know why. I just didn't get caught on to this one because I was Pearl Jam, man, you know,
No.
stuff like that. And then,
Oh yeah.
you know, I was
Hey,
one of
like
those
that
guys.
too. You know, it's got some timeless stuff on it.
Yeah,
you know,
it really
and,
does.
And it reaches a certain type of listener, and here we are talking about it. You know, and I wish it would have gotten. I think a re-release would have done it justice, but we've never found, you know, anyone that would do that for us. So.
Well, you're as of May,
I'm
you're
grateful to be talking about it.
yeah. Last month you were you announced that you're on Frontiers, right? Oh no,
Yeah.
January. I'm sorry, in January of last year. Is that something that they could potentially do for you?
Depending how this record goes, you know how it is. If you do
Yeah.
well, you get help. If you don't do well, nobody helps you.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
You know, I would hope that they'd be forward thinking and want to be like, hey, this is a cool song. We could release this on. You know, active radio is the word of the day with some of those people, and that's all they care about. And I would like to give it, you know, fresh legs, and you always hope for that opportunity.
yeah, and sadly, the radio stations, the terrestrial radio stations, don't play a lot of this stuff anymore, and that's just a sad thing. So, which is part of the reason why we did.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's part of the reason why we did this thing, because there's a lot of good music coming back out from the bands from back in the day, and we're like, you know, it's a shame that nobody plays this stuff. So we're like, you know what? Let's play this stuff. Let's do it, and that's where this came about. So
that's awesome. You know, like I said, I'm grateful. You know, I'm happy to be doing this again. I'm actually happy to be. I'm doing more music work now than I've done for the past like 20, 30 something years. It's great.
yeah, Weapons of Anew, man, we played that on our podcast show not too long ago, and I was like, this is Ray?
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. That's an
Yeah,
awesome
man.
tune. The one that you guys, I don't remember. I'm horrible with song titles. What was it? The one that we played?
Oh, I don't remember which one we played.
You just randomly picked it.
Was it like Kill Shot or Moment or
yeah,
Sundown?
I think it was Kill Shot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was, you know, we finished that. I think we just finished that song first, so we just kind of hauled ass to get a song and a video out. So that's what we did. There's deeper cuts on that record that I think are cool.
Yeah.
There's a song called Sundown that's just stompingly cool, and just, it's not, you know, it's just stomping great music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm happy that I have another vehicle for my voice, because, you know, I don't like to be pigeonholed into a box. You know, I don't want to be pigeonholed. I think that my voice I could do a lot of work in a lot of different areas. You know, I think I can. I don't like to just do one style.
Right.
You know, I was raised on like soul and funk music, and I would love to do a soul record and funk record, but I think my voice fits a heavier format, and it also fits, you know, what Spread does. You know, I think I'm able to express myself in different genres, if you will. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, those Sony Latinas down there, you go ahead and give that a shot. All right, maybe not.
I'll do a salsa cover of everything.
There you go.
Do one of those kind of badass.
Do one of those Frank Sinatra duet type of things with Selena or something like that, you know?
Finish with my woman.
Maybe a swing
Be
version
awesome.
of Switchblade Serenade.
There you go.
That'd be hot. Even a country version would be cool of that, but a salsa version of Switchblade, definitely. You guys are hilarious, man.
Well, if it comes down to it, that you know, nothing. I mean, let's be honest. The new Spread Eagle album is going to be good, and it's going to take you someplace. But if it doesn't, there's always the roadie thing that you can fall back on.
That's right.
So
Roadie dad at large, my friend.
Awesome,
man.
So other than that, what have you been doing since the band broke up?
Oh wow.
Years ago. Let's go way back then.
Whew. Well, first, let me see. First, I tried to become a professional drug addict.
Okay.
And
Obviously that didn't work
at
out
it.
for you. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
You're
I
still
did
alive.
one rehab, and then I did another. Oh, and then I went on to do another. And I even tried another.
I see a
I did
pattern
it like
forming.
5 times. I wasn't good at it. You know, it didn't stick. So somewhere within that time, I reschooled myself, and I put a band together called The Girls of Porn, GOP. And that was kind of fun. I did that with Rick DeLuca, who plays drums for Spread now.
Right.
And I remember putting that together. And then, you know, life does what it does. I travel. I think I spent years traveling
Right.
and just doing nothing. You know, I just didn't care for the business. I didn't even want to hear rock and roll anymore. It's the same old story, you know. The person that you get intensely involved in something, it bites you in the ass, and then you just don't want to do it anymore. And you got to go get your strength back, you know. And little by little you do. And on the journey, you try to do this music, you try to do that music, and you pick up an acoustic guitar, you relearn that stuff, and you have many relationships that work, some that don't. My life is really based on just trying to have a good time and live free, and because of that, I wound up really with not much of anything, but I think I have a lot of love in my life, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, it is. At least you
I
didn't.
spent my years just trying to be a good person.
At least you didn't, drop everything, change your name, and go live in India.
Hey.
Oh, Lord, no.
Hey.
Yeah, man, that is just too much.
Come on, man.
I mean,
Come on,
that weirds me out.
Doesn't it, though?
I'm sure I'm happy. I'm happy for him, and we don't speak that much. I think Rob has a relationship with him, but
right.
I tell you, man, in our days, he was my brother, and we were tight, and you just sort of lose touch after a while.
I was gonna bring that up, but not in such a negative fashion.
It wasn't negative. It was factual.
Well, I was gonna say that I think it's cool that everybody is still friends with Tommy, because he kind of disappeared. I know he went through a lot of stuff for a while, and then he resurfaced on social media, and everybody's still like rooting for each other, and I think that's very cool.
Yeah, we lost Tommy in Florida somewhere. I remember just one day, I looked around, and Tommy was like, "I'm staying here." I'm like, "Okay." He met some like porn star or something. I don't know what it was
in
back
Florida.
in the day,
It was
but,
probably
he just
Tampa.
decided to settle down into the South Florida lifestyle. And you always hear stories like, "Oh, I remember Tommy. He played over here. He hung out over here one night." And I'm so glad that he's come out the other side of whatever it was that he went through.
Right.
And he's a well-rounded, happy guy, man. And we talk once in a while. I think we spoke maybe a month ago, and I promised him I was going to call him every Sunday, and I have not done that. And I'm sorry, Tommy, but I will call you this Sunday coming. I promise.
I'm going to text you this Sunday. I will text you this
Right?
Sunday to call Tommy.
Like, dude, call Tommy.
You call Tommy
Listen,
yet?
Getting back to Paul, I'm happy that he's. I see him on. I think he's on social. You know, he was. He's out there. Salvatore
Poe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't bring myself to call him that, but out of respect, I have to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy. He's spiritually active, and he's well educated and all that. So.
Yeah. I messaged Tommy a couple months ago when he was starting to post photos of his artwork.
Yeah.
And he did one piece of you guys from the early Spread Eagle, and it was so cool. I messaged him like, "Hey, dude, will you sell that? Because I'd really love to put it in my house." And he's like,
That's awesome.
I can't let that go. I totally would have bought that.
He's got the gift of style.
Yeah, I mean, his artwork is exactly what becomes famous.
Yeah.
It's got that cool look to it. It's a little abstract, but you know what it is. Like I dig it, man.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Tommy, you throw me some spare change, bro?" I think Tommy Gallo's perspective on the world is awesome, and he's got a gift of humor. He's talented, and he's just a great dude, man. And you talk to him, you just feel better after you talk to him.
Yeah.
And he's here in the studio with us right now. Tommy, say hi. No,
Hey, man. I feel great, thanks.
No, I was actually going to see if we can have him three-way in and have him on the phone call as well to surprise you, but I couldn't get anything done with that. So, but it was the thought that counts.
Man. Me and Tommy in the three-way. That'd be awesome.
Just like back in the days, huh?
Yeah. Another Florida memory.
West Virginia.
Oh boy.
Just kidding.
Not really.
I think it was like an 8 days in or something.
So
Make it stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the subject back to the record real quick.
Thank you.
Yes, the record.
That's August is when that's due to drop, correct?
Yes, August 9th.
9th.
I love the word drops because that's so like hip hop, right? Our record drops August 9th. Yo.
Flops.
Not flops.
Drop.
Get out of here.
August 9th. We're gonna be doing this all day, son.
Yeah, boy.
I wish I talked like that. I wish I was allowed to talk like that.
You kind of talk like that in your text messages. Holla.
Hallelujah, yeah. It's all that hip hop in our culture now.
Yeah, this is true. This is definitely true.
Just down where you live.
Yeah, but it comes out. Yeah, but the record comes out August 9th. I believe we're booking shows for August too to support it. So I guess that's important. So
right. Nice.
We'll get to go out there and shake our money makers.
Nice. Yeah, we talked to Rob a few years ago.
It's been years now.
It's been a couple years ago, and he was trying to. I guess it's when you guys first got back together. He was trying to get some information down here and shows and for shows and venues and stuff like that. But it just never panned out.
Right.
But I hope to see you this time.
Well, Yeah, by now he's put in some miles and made some contacts, so hopefully that will work out too in our favor.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys in TKO are really being good to us and helping us out. So, we're calling in all favors. You know what I mean? It's time to see who our friends are.
Yeah. With this lead, with this lead single, I mean, yeah, you're off to a great start calling in the favors. So.
Well, spider that out, man. Make it happen, guys.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all the help you guys are. I appreciate someone talking to me about it, the people that are, that are interested in it, and guys that do what you do, man. You're getting the word out, and you're making it fun.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for guys like you actually agreeing to call us, we'd just be two dummies in a room talking to each other.
All guys in bands love to chat. When you get to most singers love to chat, and the ones that say they don't are full of crap.
You're definitely on the money for that one.
Or they're guitar players.
But Subway to the Stars drops August 9th from Frontiers Records, and where can our listeners reach you if they want to see more?
Oh, go to our Facebook page. We're Facebook. We're Instagram. We're Twitter Swatter, and we have spreadeagle.com, I believe. I don't know if it's spreadeagle.net or .com. It's one of those two, and we're the kind of band that I think is pretty accessible. So if you write us, we will write you back.
Yeah.
And if we don't, we will write you back.
Yeah. So go to I think it's on Frontiers. You can pre-order the CD.
stuff. Yeah.
There was 100 autographed ones available that I saw. So if any of those are left, get on there and get it.
Who signed those for you?
Come to the party, man. Come to the party.
Absolutely. Shirts, all of that.
Yep, I retweeted the shirts today, so if you guys are looking for a shirt, you could check out the Monkey Business Facebook page as well. That'll link you over to Ray's thing, and then you could order it from there. Don't. There's so many of those T-shirts now that are out there that are like fake from these stupid companies because everybody's got the dumb little fake. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I mean, and the band doesn't.
It's like a goof.
Yeah, the band doesn't get any money on it whatsoever. So get with the band. Make sure the ad that you see that you're buying stuff has something to do with the band, not just like, hey, my name's Mike and I have this shirt. You guys want to buy it?
Right.
None of that stuff. None of that stuff.
Unless you talk to Rick directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always, hated like having to go, beg for change. So it's even the grasp, the concept of like we create something, and for us to all be in the same room with everybody, it has to be supported. The art has to be supported by whomever. So, the way to get the band in the room and all hang out and have a party and communicate on the same level about this message we're on, is to support it. So so please,
Well, you have our 100% support here.
Change?
I could spare a couple of hours. How's that? I'll trade you change for hours, and we got both your albums on Hard as a Rock Radio right now. And we also have this single, and hopefully before the new album comes out, we'll have that album as well. Hint, hint to you.
Oh
Ray.
yeah, man! Let's blast the whole thing on here. I love it.
Hint, hint to you, Ray.
Thank you.
You're not really that far, Ray, so we will drive down there and meet you if that's what it takes.
Text me. We'll have some barbecue.
All right, deal. We'll go to
I'll
Nico's
get out the grill
place.
in the backyard, and we'll be fine. Get some beers, and be fine.
Come on, y'all. Let's have a fish fry up in this bitch.
That's how we talk down here, man. Or we talk like this sometimes, but I don't. It depends on what I'm saying.
That's right on the money with that one.
I've worked on those for a while.
You did well. All right, Ray, I definitely appreciate you guys, you taking out some time, and I love the fact that you guys are back together again.
Absolutely.
And
Me too.
Nothing but love, respect, and luck to you.
Right on. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome.
Anytime, buddy. Anytime you want to promote something, you let me know, and you're back on.
Yep, anytime.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Deal.
As long as you call Tommy on Sunday, we'll be fine.
All right, man. Don't forget to text me.
All right. Why? Don't think I won't.
All right, brother.
All right, bud. I'll talk to you soon.
Peace.
Thanks.
All right, peace. Ciao. Bye.